Hey, what's up everybody? Joshua Casper back at you with Plugin Boutique. Time for another video tutorial. Today we're checking out Damage 2 from Heavyocity. Brand new kontakt instrument for cinematic drums that is absolutely phenomenal. Let me throw some numbers at you real quick. It's a 60 gigabyte instrument, over 41,000 samples from 1,596 sources, 208 snapshot presets, and it comes in 3 instruments: the Ensemble Designer, the Kit Designer, and the Loop Designer. So in this first video, we're going to walk through the Ensemble Designer, and then you can expect 2 more videos on this channel walking through the other 2 instruments. So with that being said, let's jump into Damage 2. Okay, so this is Damage 2, specifically the Ensemble Designer. You can see that here. If I look over here in the browser, these are the 3 instruments that come in here, and this is really cool. So this is the main page, or the stage page. You can see down here we've got different pages, and we're going to go through each of those right now, but let's stick on the stage page. So this is a stage. You can look at it like that, and if I press one of the drums, you can see it light up here. And then I can just take this one that lit up and move it to the left or the right. And I can also move it forward or back. And there's a lot more than just a volume control and panning going on. You know, it's not just that to get kind of a 3D space, but it's all done automatically for you with Damage 2, and that is phenomenal. There's also the ability to just bypass it. It's just gonna make everything hit as hard as it can right in the front and center. And there's also this, which will decrease the size of the stage. And you can also push it further away. That's the stage, and it is really powerful once you start adding instruments. And not only that, but you get a different stage for each one of the key sets. So if I go up to C3 here, you can see that the stage has changed, and that's very helpful for keeping things uncluttered. So below there, we have the mic positions. We have a close mic, a room mic, a hall mic, and an LFE. And then there's a crush mic, which is really pushing things over the edge. And you can, solo any one of those, and you can mix them however you see fit. If I come over to drum instead of mix is where you're going to see your mics. If I come over to drum, you get volume, tuning, tone low, tone high, attack, and decay parameter adjustments per drum. So for example, here I am on C3. If I take that and adjust the attack, if I move over to D3, you can see that it's gone down. So these controls are on a per drum basis. And that is the basics of the stage page in the Ensemble Designer. Next, we can jump over to source, and this is where we can actually pick the sources for the different keys. And you can see that this is updating as I'm moving. So right now I'm on C2. Then if I jump to C3, this is updated. And this is a simple drag and drop system. So if I come in here to organic and come down here, and if you turn on auto, it will let you preview them as you cycle through. Let's say I want that one to replace the C3 one. Just simply click, drag and drop, and it's good to go. We have a lot to choose from. As I said, the whole Damage package comes with over 41,000 samples, so you're not going to run out of new material to use inside of your projects. You can favorite things just by clicking that little dot next to it, and then it'll show up in the favorites panel down here. Very, very helpful. Once you've set up your stage and picked out your sources, you can jump into the settings, and this is where you get some performance options. You got your velocity sensitivity curve, and so on and so forth. You also have those same controls you had in the beginning: tuning, tone low, tone high, attack and decay. These are exactly the same as the stage page. So if I turn up my attack on the stage page and then jump over to the settings page, you'll see that the attack has been turned up as well. So these are connected to those. Whatever changes you make here are reflected there, and vice versa. Now for some really cool stuff. Turn on the performance. and we can do some really, really interesting things. So again, the performance module is on a per key basis. I'm just going to turn the velocity curve up pretty high just so we can really hear what's going on. So this is the repeat performance on loop. If you turn off loop, it's just going to do it once and then stop. The accent is going to change how things are. This is mod, this is up. And turn off loop for a second. Down. First, and so on. And we can choose the amount percentage base for that. We have a rate control and the length, or how many beats that's going to happen. We also have random controls for timing and velocity. So if I really crank up the timing here, we can probably hear a big difference. Let's come in and actually turn it down to 8ths. So this is randomization down around 7%. And this is randomization up at 100%. So it's like a drunk drummer right there. You can get some really cool swing styles in there. And you also have velocity randomization control as well. So you can look at these as like a humanizing feature that are really, really powerful. But we don't have just that repeat with the accents. We also have rolls. And if I come into roll, we also have flam. You can have the rate again where it's very clear that there's a flam happening, all the way up to so fast it almost sounds like one giant hit. We also have swells. These are kind of like sine waves where it comes up and then goes down. And then we have crescendos. And again, we have rate control and the amount. So when it's inverted, it will actually start loud and then get soft. And when it's on the other side, it will start soft and then get loud. Each key has a performance option dedicated to it. So if I jump up to D2 now, you'll see that the performance isn't even on. So this is very helpful if you need that flam at the end of a bar, but you want to have full control over the rest of the drums as like a single hit instrument inside of your MIDI or on your MIDI keyboard. This is an easy way to do it, and it's super cool that it's built in, and just how awesome it sounds. Let's not forget to mention how great everything there sounded, right? And then from there, let's jump over to Master Effects, and this is where you can find it. This is their signature punish knob, which has saturation, distortion, and a bunch of other goodies baked into one knob. And now it has 3 different levels of processing. So we have the gently now. Let's crank it all the way up. Then we have Hurt Me Plenty. And then we have Nightmare. Now, obviously, I have this at 100%, and very rarely will you want to go to 100% with damage. So let's turn it on 50% and listen to those as well. Here's the gently now. Hurt Me Plenty. And then the Nightmare. You also have response and tone controls there as well. You can easily bypass the punish just by turning that on. or off rather. And then we have an effects chain down here. And as I click on one, the parameters for each one of the effects shows up. And what's really cool about this is all drag and drop chain routing. So if I want my saturation to come before my EQ, I simply need to drag it, turn it on. And now it's coming before the EQ in the chain. Very, very cool. Lots and lots of control inside of Damage 2, inside of the Ensemble Designer. And you can imagine once you've got in and built your own kit and you know which keys do what, and you're a finger drummer or something like that, the sounds just sound so good. I mean, you've heard it along the way in this video, and we're not even scratching the surface of what Damage 2 has to offer. Anyway, that's a quick look at Damage 2 Ensemble Designer. And of course, as I said in the beginning of the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel because I've got videos coming for the Kit Designer and the Loop Designer as well. Anyway, I'm Joshua Casper. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.